Hello again, I'm Tom Nelson, and this is a continuation of the homeostasis video series. This is part 4, How the Brain Controls Homeostasis. Homeostasis is controlled by your brain's control center, as I described in the last video. It happens to be a very small organ again, called the hypothalamus. I call it your control room. It's the size of an almond, as I said earlier, and it's located right dead center in the middle of your brain, straight in from both of your ears and approximately straight back from your nose, triangulated to a single point. So your hypothalamus will seek to vigorously satisfy the needs to keep your body maintain control, and it's not necessarily concerned with how it accomplishes that. Your hypothalamus is going to focus on doing something that needs to be done, but may not necessarily be real particular about how it's accomplished. For example, if the sensors indicate that your body is low on nutrients, the hypothalamus is going to stimulate food cravings that will satisfy that need. So you get the issue resolved very quickly. Any food item will meet the need in the eyes of the hypothalamus. Each side of your hypothalamus, there are two very small pearl-sized organs called the amygdala, and they complement your hypothalamus. They're very particular about how you satisfy your needs. For another example, if your hypothalamus receives a message that you are low on a nutrient, your hypothalamus will be satisfied promoting the eating of just about anything, just to get that job done. However, your amygdala can overrule many decisions that are made by your hypothalamus, your control room. They're going to determine what specific type of food that you should eat, what spices you may put on the food, right down to choosing a brand name for a food that you buy and eat. Your hypothalamus receives sexually stimulated signals, and the hypothalamus would not be particular about how that need is satisfied, only that the need be resolved. So the amygdala will override the urges of the hypothalamus and will be very specific about the requirements that need to be met, including the physical characteristics of a partner, the color of their hair, how they dress, even the color of their eyes, even how they smell. So you might picture your hypothalamus as a control room, as I described earlier, and that for used, like for example, for launching rockets, as I said earlier, where hundreds, thousands of screens monitor many thousands of functions, all simultaneously, updated every fraction of a second. Each screen has a corresponding control panel where an operator can flip switches or effect changes as needed to keep things in balance, to keep everything between those two set points that we discussed earlier. So there are many thousands of wires, some estimate 25,000, that are coming into that control room, and that in reality, they're nerves. Part of your central nervous system. They play a huge role in keeping you alive. Virtually everything you do or everything you encounter, again, is pressuring your body to make changes within your body, like, again, stepping outside on a cold day without a jacket, for example, or eating a bowl of very hot soup, or running to catch a bus, all of which pressures your body to change, to make changes based on each and every one of those experiences. So there are many thousands of neurons, sensors, located throughout your body, that 25,000 number, that are constantly monitoring conditions and reporting those changes, even in minuscule amounts, to your control room, to your monitors for each of those nerves. And some of those wires allow messages to be sent from all areas of the body to the control room only, one direction only. They're called afferent nerves. Others allow signals from the control room to flow in an outward direction only to all areas of the body, and those are called afferent nerves. So again, there are many thousands of environmental, dietary, stresses related, or other external and internal pressures that are seeking to make changes in your body and how your body functions every moment of every minute of every day. So it's the control room, the hypothalamus's job, to ensure that they don't cause a change that will impact your health. You'll discover soon that even minor changes in some bodily functions could be devastating, even fatal. So correct, timely responses by that control room is vitally important. As the data is received in your control room, an imaginary little man is going to compare the current reading on the screen to that chart, those set points, and he's going to compare them to find out if everything is still within the set limits. As long as the data readings from those sensors are within those allowable limits, the set points listed on the chart, no major action will be taken. As stated, though, those limits are called set points, and they are set by your body's genes, your DNA. So the little man considers the values between the high and the low points to be within the normal range. So when the data approaches or moves outside of the high or the low set point on that chart, then he, the operator, will begin to make changes in your control panel for that various function to affect a change, to adjust it back to its normal level. Their goal is to bring all the readings back within the limits set by the set points and maintain them at that point. So you're going to learn that over time, minor changes in those set points can occur. Something only has to be maintained at an outside level for about 21 days, and those set points can be changed. And that can cause a man in your control room to now replace that set point chart with a new one and to diligently maintain that new set point level, even if it isn't particularly good for you, which can result in health issues. So many age-related issues are actually not due to age at all, just years and years of pressures from the environment and your surrounding that have caused minuscule changes a little at a time in your set points. So your body set points have drifted. They're out of the normal range, the healthy range, and that range that would otherwise prevent the problem from occurring. So, for example, you're going to learn later how vitamin B12 deficiencies can cause most of the age-related problems, like falling, memory loss, brain fog, incontinence, tremors, and even dementia or Alzheimer's. But what becomes difficult to appreciate is how your hypothalamus, for its very small size, can accomplish all that it does. It's absolutely mind-blowing. 25,000 constantly changing functions, some of them every fraction of a second, and he's watching that and making changes. It's a miracle. So your hypothalamus is simultaneously receiving virtually many thousands of signals every fraction of a second, every minute of every day and night. So yet, somehow, it's miraculously capable of acknowledging those changes in the signals, making a decision by comparing to the set points, and effecting changes that are going to control all of these thousands upon thousands of signals instantly and simultaneously. If this process were to be run by humans, it would require a massive room with a massive number of operators. Really, quite frankly, only a supercomputer could duplicate what your hypothalamus does every single day. It's also amazing that your body will allow you to function in a wide variety of different environments and still maintain those many thousands of vitally important functions within a very limited range. Some areas of your body are less tolerant of change than others. Your brain, your central nervous system, and your heart are very intolerant of dramatic changes, while many muscle tissues and organs are less capable of resisting dramatic change. So besides the homeostatic systems of the hypothalamus, there are other systems that deal with large, unpredictable changes in your environment that may require a change in your behavior and your physiology. Those responses, called allostatic responses, range from the recognition of and the appropriate adjustments to a stimulus. For example, the presence of a loved one is going to inspire emotional responses that are unique, or a life-threatening attack could cause unique responses. So the responses can include resetting various set points and increase in your body temperature, your blood pressure, and many thousands of other things, as well as endocrine adjustments such as cortisol and adrenaline release when you feel threatened. These include abrupt and dramatic alterations of your behavior, such as mating or fight or flight response. So in addition to making adjustments to the internal controls that support homeostasis and responding to urgent external events, the hypothalamus also helps anticipate daily events that are triggered by your body's numerous body clocks. You have 100 body clocks. 2 of them are master clocks. One of them is located in your hypothalamus. And those 2 main clocks, both in your brain, coordinate all the other 98 body clocks throughout your body. All have predictable influence, like setting the times for eating, drinking, sleeping, going to bed, sexual behavior, and others. So they regulate by the circadian body clock timing system that's located in your brain. Your body uses this master clock to anticipate various demands and opportunities. For example, wakefulness. This is the process of waking up in the morning and getting your day going. Cortisol levels peak at the appropriate times of day as necessary to cause you to forage for food or to orchestrate how your body's temperature will fall a full degree while you're sleeping, because many bodily functions slow down during the night while you sleep. So a fast metabolism isn't going to be needed. So your body is actually equipped with over 100 body clocks, as I said, which are going to control many of those functions. They will have to be synchronized by your body's 2 master clocks, which are located again in your control room, your hypothalamus. The other one is located in your brain somewhere. As yet, they have not found exactly where. But the activities of the second clock are well established, and exactly where it's located again is still a mystery. So all of your body cycles are controlled by hormones that control by your body's clock. These clocks are divided into 3 types. Ultradian rhythms, those that are shorter than 24 hours, like controlling your heartbeat, your body temperature, your breathing, the blinking of your eyes, for example, and the circadian rhythms. They're 24-hour cycles, which includes daylight, dark cycles, which waking and sleeping, for example, and the infradian rhythms, those that cycle in rhythms greater than 24 months, like a woman's menstrual cycle. So our calendars, our 7-day week, and our 24-hour clocks are all imposed by nature's cycles. Nature's cycles control all living things. They control how we perform, our endurance, our mood, our ability to remember things, to feel things, to express our emotions, how well we perceive our world, how alert we are, our safety, and many, many others. So even the moon cycle impacts us in countless ways. These cycles, along with your hypothalamus, control our body in all of its functions. So now go to Homeostasis Part 5, and you're going to learn how the hypothalamus and the amygdala work together. Thank you for watching this video, and please pay it forward. Thank you.